Hello and welcome to Gentle Yoga. We'll get started here in just a moment. If you haven't already, grab maybe your yoga blocks, bolsters, a strap, a blanket, even, yeah, I'm trying to think, you may not. Yep, if you have some knee and or hip issues, you might like to have a couple of washcloths that you fold in half and roll short end to short end. And um, yeah, I think that might be about all we need. All right, we will get started here in just a moment. Oh, all righty.
Me,
Any requests for today?
nope, everything feels good.
Everything feels good?
Yeah, so
All
far.
right. Well, Phoebe's already joining us.
No, don't you love cats? They're so, so independent. Just they're going to do what they want to do.
Yeah. Well, I'm really quite tickled because she used to do this all the time. She and Snuggles, my other cat, before he passed. And then she just gotten to where you knew she just didn't feel good, and all the trips to the vet and all that money, we just weren't getting any answers. All they were doing was keeping her on gabapentin. And about 3 weeks ago, I took her to a vet in Conroe that is a chiropractic acupuncturist for vets, for cats or for animals.
Yeah.
And one treatment,
Oh my gosh.
she's back. And I do muscle testing to see if she needs the gabapentin or, any of the other supplements that I keep on hand for her. And right now, the last few days, she's just testing for a little bit of homeopathic support for anxiety and for digestion. That's it. I'm
That's
like,
amazing.
and she's
No,
back to herself.
vets that did that.
All
Yes.
right, let's bring it to seated, nice and tall. Either a little prop under your sitting bones or just an awareness that the pelvis tilts forward. And start to soften the eyes down or let them close. Maybe the hands rest palms down on the legs. Maybe they rest somewhere on the belly and or heart. Just finding what feels like the right connection for you in this moment. Begin to follow your natural breaths. Notice the back of your head, neck, and shoulders as you exhale, letting them surrender and soften down. Release through your jaws, through the mouth, across your face. And now, with your awareness resting between your eyebrows, begin to follow the breaths a little deeper, making a little more connection inward. Each exhale is a release of anything going on around you or anything that's happening this week or in the past. Just allowing yourself to be fully present in this moment. As you next inhale, mentally state the words I am. And on the exhale, the word present. And this little mental connection with the breath helps us to be here now, letting everything else move to the sidelines. Three more breaths connecting with the present moment. Gentle, no effort, no pushing of the breath, just slow and steady. And on your next exhale, allow the chin to lower toward the chest. Take the arms to a place where they have a little more freedom to hang and release, creating a deeper release into the back of the neck, across the back of the shoulders. Three more breaths here. And then we'll slowly inhale, head back over the shoulders, shrug up the shoulders. Big sigh as the shoulders drop. And again. One more. And then let the head move gently side to side. All right. Inhale, both arms rise. Rotate to your right. Lower the arms, coming into a gentle spinal rotation. Chin follows your right shoulder. And then next inhale, float forward, lift the arm. Exhale to your left. Inhale, drawing the body forward. As you exhale, pull the elbows wide into cactus, find a little more extension through the spine. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, expand and open, stretching out the front of the shoulders. And again, inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale up. And palms meet and swish and sway on the way down. Good. Take a little wiggle. And we'll bring the legs up. And if we're on a prop, come off. But do have your blocks nearby. Take the legs nice and long. How are the back of your legs today?
They're good. Yeah,
All right,
they're
so
not
take the
stretched.
legs long for just a moment. Give them some movement. Maybe lift one hip and the other, just creating space. And then we'll take right ankle over left thigh, create a figure four. We're going to flex and point the foot first. Big circles for that ankle. Other direction. Good. Wiggle the toes. All right. I didn't ask if you ahead of time, but do you have a strap nearby?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How thick is it?
It's
It's one of those.
yeah.
Okay. So try this. We'll see if it works. So some of my research recently on the feet and fascia, this came from a fascia expert. So you just want to take it between the toes. And yours has a little give, so you're going to have to cinch up closer so
Yeah,
that it doesn't keep stretching. And you're just going to pull down. So you're putting a lot of pressure down in that slot between the toes, and you want it to be a little uncomfortable. So really what we're doing, we want to sit tall with this as much as we can, and we're just changing the fascia alignment in the feet that impacts our spine. And then another breath here. And an exhale. And then we're going to move on to the next set of toes and pull straight down. Now, in the training that I was watching, um, ideally, you would hold this for a solid 3 minutes. We're not going to take that much time. But I do want to introduce my clients to this because the fascia is such an important and incredibly amazing part of our bodies. Let's move on to the next. And it impacts everything we do. So, having this knowledge and then making it a part of your day can go a long way in helping us to age more graciously, more comfortably, with less pain and stagnation in the bodies. And you may find, like for me, this one in between the third and fourth toe is incredibly uncomfortable, same amount of pressure as I had on the others. And then we'll move on down and pull down. I've noticed significant changes in my feet over the last 5 years. Hammer toes are starting to try to develop and bunions. And
I have
I,
hammered.
I'm barefoot most of the time, so it's not shoes that are doing it.
Yeah.
Um, so it's just connective tissue has changed since menopause and bone structure changes, etc. And then we'll release. Ooh. And then open and close your hands because your fingers are going to be a little tight after that. Shake them out. And then we'll come back to the toes. A quick squeeze, wiggle, and a little pull. You may have one or some of them that pop. I just had one that popped. My chiropractor knows when I come in, I want my toes popped. Yeah, so everything's connected. I want everything released when I do go in. All right, and then we'll squeeze all of the toes up and down the sides of the foot and the whole foot. Now, we have in our classes done the finger interlacing with the toes to spread and squeeze, and that's still a good thing to do. I'm just not doing everything in here today. All right, give the foot a nice little smack. And then a little movement in your ankles. Grab your blocks, flex through the ankles. So bring the toes toward the shins, navel to spine. Sit tall as you breathe in. Exhale to extend forward. Slow, steady breath. 3 more breaths. As the body opens up and has more room, you're welcome to exhale deeper into the pose. And then we'll slowly inhale back up and set the foot to the outside of the leg. Nice and tall through the spine. If this isn't a comfortable fit today, you can take it in line. Inhale tall. Rotate away from. So normally we rotate into. Exhale away from. Two more breaths. And then we will inhale back to the center. Unwind the legs, send it down, take some movement. All right. And then sit tall for a moment and just feel into your feet and notice how the foot that you just gave some attention to feels compared to the one you haven't. Mine feels more spacious and light.
Mine does too.
All right, so let's do that for the other side. Coming into your figure four, you're always welcome to slide a block or some other prop under that lifted leg if you'd like. And then take your ankle into some circles, other direction, point and flex. And then we'll grab our strap. We'll slide it down between the large and second toe and just pull straight down. We're not trying to hurt ourselves, but we do want a little discomfort here. Focus on your breath. Couple more breaths. And then release. Move to the next set of toes and pull straight down. Last couple of breaths here. Have you had any more painful than others?
This foot's more painful than my right foot was.
Yeah. All right, and let's move on to the next set of toes. Pulling straight down. Two more breaths. And release. And move to the next. And pull down. Last breath here. And then we'll let it go. Open and close your finger. I don't know about you. Well, my
Yep.
fingers start locking up on that.
Yep.
All right, shake them out. All right, then we'll come back to the toes. We'll squeeze, wiggle, and pull. Right. Squeeze all the toes up and down the sides of the foot, the whole foot. And then we'll give the foot a little smack. And then flex through your ankles. Inhale tall and exhale into your extension forward. Moving from hip creases. Last 3 breaths. And we'll press it to the ground. Inhale back up. And set the foot to the outside of the knee if we can, otherwise in front of your corresponding knee. Inhale tall. Exhale away from your lifted leg. And then we will inhale back to the front, unwind, and give the legs a little movement. Feel free to move through your hands, your wrists, your fingers if you need a little more release there. All right. And we'll take the soles of the feet toward each other, the knees out wide. Start opening into our hips a little more. Option to slide a little prop right under the edge of the sitting bones to ensure pelvis tilts forward and makes the low back more comfortable. Blocks are an option here. You can bring them forward and use them to lean into. You can take them out wider. You can use them as a support for a bolster. So whatever works for you. I think I'm going to go a little more restorative on my forward fold today. Inhale up nice and tall and exhale to extend forward. Breathing as deeply and fully as you can, but gently, no big forcing of the breath. Creating more expansion down into the low back and into the hips. And then as the exhale arrives, giving the body the space and permission to release long held tensions. 3 more breaths. And then we'll slowly inhale up. Take your pause at the top. And then we'll move our props and ease our legs back out. Give them some movement. And then we'll make our way to hands and knees, tabletop. And once you arrive, just finding the alignment of hips over knees, the wrist under or forward of the shoulders. Fingers spread nice and wide so you can anchor into each four of the four corners of the hand. Take an exhale, lift the spine into the air, releasing tailbone and crown toward the ground. And then on the next inhale, roll from tailbone through to open the heart space and stretch front body. Follow the rhythm of your breath. Linger where you want a little more time. And then we'll make our way back to neutral and hold for a moment, checking in. Notice the spine, the shoulders, the hips. And then send your right leg down the mat with the toes tucked to the ground. Take a little rock forward and back. And then we're going to press back and hold. Really actively reaching through the heel to get a deep stretch, and not just into the back of the leg, but definitely into the sole of the foot and into the toes. And then we'll bring the leg back, switch sides, take that little rock, press back and hold. And then bring it back. We're going to exhale down to our forearms, forehead, hips are high, melting the body into a playful puppy. Slow, steady breaths into the back of your lungs here. Three more breaths. Then we'll slowly inhale the head, exhale the hips down for our Sphinx pose. And we're going to make this a fluid, a little vinyasa flow. So elbows are under the shoulders, palms are down. Guide the Shoulder blades in, pull them toward the spine and hips. Keeping the neck in alignment so we have a long neck without lifting the chin. We're just pulling the head back. Good. Take a couple of more breaths here, just starting to warm up our back. Get a deeper stretch through the front of the body. Keeping the jaws easy, the face and the mouth in a state of softness and release. We're going to inhale, bend the right knee, lengthen the spine. Exhale, turn the chin left. Take another inhale, lower the right leg. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, left knee bends. Exhale, chin to the right. Inhale, leg lowers. Exhale to center. And we'll do that again on the other one more time each side. Inhale, knee bends, head turns on the exhale. Inhale to lower the leg. Exhale, turn the head. Inhale, knee bends. Exhale, chin turns. Inhale, lower the leg. Exhale to center. Good. Next exhale. Shoulders rise, head hangs. Ease through the face, jaws across your glutes. Couple more breaths. Inhale the head back to neutral. Take your exhale here. Now we're going to combine things. So as you inhale, right knee bends, chin turns left. Exhale, everything comes back to the beginning. Lower the leg, head to center. Inhale, left knee bends, chin turns right. Exhale, back to neutral. And just keep that pattern going. Shoulders strong on your back. Good. One more each side. And then everything softens, head hangs. Slowly lengthen the neck again. Move the elbows wide, lower the head, stack your hands for the forehead, and just a couple breaths here in neutral. And then inhale your head up. We're going into frog. So let me show you where we're at. You can stay on the forearms. There are many options here. Forearms on the mat is one, and then you can take one leg out to the side and do one side at a time. But wherever you're at, whether you do both or one, you want 90 degrees at the hip, knee, and ankle. Now, I am going to opt for a bolster under the chest to give this a little more ease. It's more under my ribs um, than chest, so below chest. And then if you want, if the body allows, you could do both legs, especially if you have a denser, fuller bolster. I'm going to do one side at a time. But so I'm doing half frog. Full frog, both legs are out. And for me, this bolster's not quite thick and dense enough, so I'm just going to do one side at a time. Otherwise, it puts a lot of compression into my low back. Yeah, that bolster is perfect for this if you wanted to try to do both legs at the same time, as far as density. How does that feel?
It feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so slow and steady breaths, checking in, noticing and honoring whatever is present. So if you feel a lot of compression in the low back, you maybe take one leg back down. Make the accommodations your body needs. And then if you don't want to stay upright with that bolster there, it's going to support you enough that maybe you can take the elbows wide, maybe bring in a block for your forehead, and just make this a little more comfortable for the upper body. And once you find where you're going to be, bring your awareness, your focus to the hip or hips that you are releasing. Create space as you breathe in. And let everything soften and release as you exhale. Last couple of breaths on this side. If you're doing both sides, then you'll stay. And then you'll exhale the leg down. Inhale, other leg to the side. Once again, looking for those 90-degree angles at the hip, knee, and ankle. This is a lovely time to release long held, stuck emotions, old beliefs, any turning thoughts that are just like on a repeat and they're not really serving you in any healthy way. Just giving the time and space to release here. Last 3 breaths. Now, when you're ready to come out of this, you want to be mindful, maybe come back onto your forearms and ease the body forward to take some of that tension out of the hips and then slide your legs down. That's assuming you have both legs out. So just take your time, find a space you need for your low back, and then lengthen your legs back down. And then from here, we'll just bring the hands in close, maybe by the hips, and ease the body up. Move the bolster And we're coming all the way over onto the sitting bones. Take your time. And we'll zigzag our legs. So we've really opened in the hips. You may experience a little more space here than you had before or in this pose in any previous time. So we'll inhale nice and tall. Exhale toward the back knee and hold. Couple more breaths. Inhale back to the front. Take an exhale over the leg and hold. Ankles are flexed. And then we will inhale up, rotate toward your thigh, and exhale down. And then we'll slowly inhale up, support through the pelvic floor and belly. Center the body, take a pause. Let everything realign. And then knees in the air and take a little drop. So taking the feet wide gives you room to drop your knees in, getting as much motion here as you can. And then we'll switch the feet to the other side. Inhale tall, ankles are flexed. Rotate towards your back knee, fold and hold. Inhale to center. Exhale over shin. And we'll slowly inhale up. Rotate toward your thigh. Exhale down. And then we'll inhale back up, center and pause. And then we'll lift the knees and drop side to side with wipers. All right. From here, take a moment, let the legs extend, and grab your strap. Keep your blocks and other props nearby in the event you'd like to use them. All right, so we are going to cross your right knee over your left, and then bring the right heel closer to the left hip. Maybe bring your left heel in. And we want to make sure both sitting bones are down. So this is where you might like to have a little prop under your right foot just to help drop that right hip closer to the ground. We'll keep the strap nearby. Inhale, reach the arms up, bend the elbows a few times. And then circle the wrist and circle your shoulders. Other direction. Good. Let the arms cross over the body and pull wide. Just shoulder, getting some space. Actually, let's do something different with the arms. I think we did strap the last time. So let's move the elbows out wide and then take your right elbow under your left. And then either hands to the shoulders or wrap up the arms. Guiding the elbows away. We're sitting nice and tall with a long neck. Ease through the mouth, the jaws. Deep breaths, gentle but deep. Good. A couple more breaths here. Slowly unwind. Reach wide. Take the top leg, give it a cradle. And then go ahead and cradle the other leg. And if it needs to go long for a moment, just to give your knees some movement and blood flow, do so. But then when you're ready, cross your left knee over your right. And then bring heel in, maybe both heels. Settle the sitting bones, maybe a little prop under, oops, your left foot. Tall posture. Inhale the arms wide. Left arm under the right. And then take the arm variation that works for you today. Long, slow breaths. And exhale, release the arms. Wiggle out through the shoulders. When you're ready, pick up the top leg, give it a little cradle. And then the bottom leg. And extend. All right, going to wrap up with some banana asana and spinal twist. So go ahead and bend your knees to roll your body down. Lengthen through the head and neck. Create space for your low back. And then take the legs nice and long. Reach the arms overhead. Big inhale. Exhale, sweep the shoulders to the left. Ease the ankles to the left. Maybe cross one ankle over the other. And turning the chin where it feels right. Option to have a block or a pillow or something under your arm, especially the right arm. It might need a little support here around the shoulder, the arm, elbow. Just finding what you need. So we want this side stretch without crunching and creating discomfort in the left back hip or anywhere in the body at all. But that left side might feel a little crunch. So notice it, create the space you need to release the crunching. Three more breaths. And then we will gently unwind the legs, move them to center. And then inhale, head and shoulders back to center. Exhale, shoulders to your right. And ease your feet to the right. Maybe cross the ankles. Slow, deep breaths. And then slowly inhale, head and shoulders back to center. And bring the legs back. Take a full body stretch. And then hug the legs in as you exhale. Nice body hug. And on your next exhale, knees release to your left. Inhale to center. And exhale, legs over to your right. And then next inhale, ease your way back to center. Hug the knees in. Maybe a little rock of the legs side to side or in circles. Massage the low back, the back of the hips. If you are taking circles, switch the direction. And then as you're ready, prepare for your Shavasana. Traditionally, legs are long and wide, arms wide. But if you'd rather, you can always keep the knees bent and maybe even let the knees rest into one another or use a prop under your thighs or knees. Allowing the body to release down toward the ground and soften any tension, any holding patterns. Natural breath. Maybe your awareness rests between your brows again, back into this present moment. And then allow your awareness to rest at the very tips of your toes. No movement needed here. Just see if you can be in tune with and feel each of your toe tips. Some might be more readily apparent, others might be a little more evasive. But just see if you can notice them. Then physically move toes, fingers, wrists, and ankles. Maybe bend your knees and ease your body to your side. As you come to your side, just taking a moment to notice how your physical body feels. You can let your head rest on an arm or a block or even the floor without any attachments to what comes up. Notice what your heart feels like. And your mind. Then slowly inhale to ease up. Good. As you come to seated, just taking a moment to let the hands rest together at heart, connecting left and right brain hemispheres. And an honor to yourself and to those around you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. You have a good day.
You as well.
And
We'll
I will
see
see
you
you
on
on
Friday.
Friday. All right.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.